Lizzy and her imaginary brother. I paced back and forth by the bench, fidgeting with my hands and mumbling something under my breath, trying to plan out what I was going to do once I'm officially a part of the school. So many options and choices to make. What club to be a part of, which group of people to hang out with. This could be the start of the rest of my life. Here is where my story begins on how I became president of the United States or how I became a bum living under a bridge. It all rests in the here and they're going to think you're a weirdo if you keep that up, said my brother, ruining my train of thought. I just glared at him for a moment before telling him to shut up. Well, they are. People going out for lunch and people having fun. They see someone alone on a bench, looking at them. They're gonna think you're a weirdo. He had a point. See, my brother isn't real. He's imaginary. I'm an only child and I always wanted an older sibling. So when other people made imaginary friends, I made an imaginary brother. Someone older, wiser. Someone who'd tell me the hard truth, give me a different perspective on life. Plus, thinking up an older sister would have been too hard. Maybe a younger one. Younger sisters are easy. Plus, this is the third day in a row you're here. I thought your plan was to survey the school, not stalk it. We should have ended it yesterday after the little tour we had around the place. I was going to be the newest student here, but I didn't want to join on a Wednesday. Who joins a new school on a Wednesday? Monday is when you should join a new school. New week, new adventure. Also, it gave me a golden opportunity. I could get a feel for the school before joining. See who the group is. Really, any group. The group I join was more than likely going to be the group I stick with until graduation. Maybe even longer. Maybe I'll find my BFF for life here. Actually, I think I already have. Wednesday, when I first sat on this bench, I saw a small group of 3 hanging out together. 2 boys and a girl. She was perfect. She had frizzy brown hair, freckles, and some big round glasses. You'd think by the description she was the obvious nerd and loner type, but no. The way she carried herself, her smile, her laugh. She was confident in herself. That confidence was alluring. On Thursday, while I was given a tour of the school, they gave me a yearbook. I told them I wanted to see what type of clubs they have, but really I just wanted to know her name. What I saw proved she was perfect. Lizzy. It was the perfect name for her and it fit her perfectly. It was also perfect because that was my name as well. We could bond over that and our path to friendship could be that much quicker. I knew it would work because I'm sure that's how she became friends with one of the people in her group. I don't know his name because I was only focused on learning Lizzy's name, but he must have a similar last name to Lizzy because their pictures were next to each other in the yearbook. That must have been how they met. Schools always get lazy and group kids up by last names. So they obviously grouped up for a project because their last names were spelled similarly. Then they bonded over having brown hair. Then they eventually became very close and started dating. They just looked like a great couple and are so cute together. The other member of the group is Lizzy's gay friend. On Wednesday, I saw him reading off a stack of paper and acting weird, doing the same actions over and over, and it looked like he was repeating the same words. That's when it clicked. He was reading a script and practicing his lines. Sure enough, when I did the tour, I found out the drama club was getting ready to do a play of Grease. I'm sure Lizzy is a big reason why he joined the drama club. Lizzy is so confident in herself that a closeted gay boy was attracted to her light. She grew his confidence and eventually he started stepping out on his own. He joined the drama club as an outlet and to tell the world no, he was here, loud and proud. I know a bit about the play. Most of the guys end up dating the girl group. He was obviously using Lizzy as practice for the flirting scenes. The way he'd say something and Lizzy would giggle and push him away. I bet her lover boy wishes that was him. Hey Lizzy, my brother spoke again. Isn't that the little group you like? Looks like they're heading into town for some food. I quickly look at the direction my imaginary brother was looking at. Sure enough, I spotted them. Looks like they were going to the burger place nearby. Maybe I can do some recon on them. I can sit near them and hear their conversation. I mean, I'm sure I don't need to eavesdrop. Not for Lizzy at least. She and I will definitely be friends. No, it's for the other members of her group. If I can hear some of the stuff they talk about, maybe I can connect with them over shared interests. Be easier to become Lizzie's friend if her other friends accept me too. I tell my brother we need to follow them. He just rolls his eyes and gets up. We head out to the burger place. I hope they have onion rings, my brother says, always thinking with his stomach. When we arrive, we let Lizzy and her friends order. After a few minutes, we also order. Simple burger and some onion rings. I don't even like onion rings, but I do it for my brother. As I go to sit at a table, I hear some girl say to her friend, "Look, it's that weirdo at the bench." I instantly tense up. My brother, on the other hand, just gives me a shitty, "I told you so" look. I hate how he's always right. As I sit, I bury my face into my hands. I wanted to scream, but there's no way I was going to make a scene, especially not in front of Lizzy. "Hey, relax," my brother told me. "It doesn't matter what other people think of you. You need to focus on getting your group. So as long as Lizzy likes you, it doesn't matter what a couple of nobodies think." I sign as I realize he's right. See, this is why an older brother is best. One moment he's making you feel worse, and then the next he's fixing you. Okay, time to focus. Gotta try and hear what Lizzy and her group are talking about. I try to focus, but this place was so noisy and I sat too far away that it was hard to hear. "Hey, Emma, grab some ketchup. Want some?" My brother asks me, but I just shush him and wave him off. He just groans and leaves to the ketchup pumps near Lizzy. I close my eyes to try and focus. That's when I start to hear them. They were talking about a party. Tonight. Apparently some kid's parents were going out of town for the weekend, so the kid decided to throw a house party. Lizzy's gay friend got an invite. I was so lucky. Lizzy asks where it was because her gay friend then said the directions and what house. It was a big school, so maybe I could sneak in and no one would know I wasn't officially a student yet. Plus, that might be a better way to connect. Seeing a cool girl at a party, wonder who she is, and then find out on Monday she's now the new kid? Instant fast track to being a member of the group. This was awesome. My brother made it back and I told him the plan. It was a really good plan. So good that when I looked down at the table, I noticed all the food was gone. Weird. I was so focused on the plan that I didn't even realize I had already eaten all the food. You? At a party? This I have to see. I glare at my imaginary brother, but he has a point. I was always a loner. I was never invited to any kind of party. So here I am, inviting myself to one. It was so out of character, but I had to do it. Otherwise, I might end up as a loner freak for the rest of my life. No friends and living a sad, lonely life. Just waiting to die. So, party? Well, if that's the plan, we better head home. No point in going back to the bench. Maybe Lizzy will see you while coming back to school. Think you're a weirdo too. He chuckles and I tell him to shut his mouth. I can tell the girl was looking at me again. I didn't say much, but I'm sure it was weird seeing someone talking to themselves. My brother pops the last onion ring into his mouth before standing up. "Let's go," he says, and I follow. He was right. No point in sticking around. Plus, I had a party to get ready for. Night. I had successfully found the party and was hanging around by the window. Luckily, no one had noticed me, so that's good. Wait, was that good? No one has noticed me? Does that mean I'm invisible? Am I so forgettable as a person that no one wanted to talk to me? No guy wants to offer me a drink? No girl wants to compliment my outfit? Am I just a nobody? A waste of space. Maybe I should just leave, find a tall build, and jump. Who would miss me? I have no one. I'm alone. I need to calm down. I look towards the window and spot my imaginary brother. He was hiding outside the window. "You're overthinking things. You're not some loser older guy. You're Lizzy, my sweet younger sister who has her entire life ahead of her. You're gonna have loads of friends and everyone will love you. That future starts today with you and Lizzy. Now do you see her? See her? Right. I forgot what this was all about. Being friends with Lizzy. I didn't even look for her. I start scanning the room, but I can't see her. My brother peeps up from the window a little. There. Couch, he whispers. I look over and he was right. She was sitting on the couch. Her boyfriend and gay best friend were sandwiching her. They had red Solo cups in hand. I guess a little underage drinking is tradition. No, not Lizzy. She's too perfect. She was probably drinking water. Now I can't really just go up to her. What would I say? Hey Lizzy. I'm Lizzy. I've been watching you for a couple days now. Wanna hang out? I'd be the biggest laughingstock and weirdo in school without even being a part of the school yet. No, I had to wait for the perfect time to strike. My time will come. It has to come. I'll will it to come. Hey, I'm gonna try and get a closer look. There's a window nearby. I'll call you if I hear something my brother leaves. What a dumb plan. Yeah, put my faith in my imaginary brother. A figment of my imagination who's currently sneaking around the house to try and hear a conversation while I'm over at the other end of the house. What is wrong with me? Maybe it's good I'm so invisible. Maybe I should just go. Leave before I can do something stupid. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll wait around for a half hour more and then sneak out. I see my brother made it to the other window by now. Not that that'll do any good. As I stand around and wait for the clock to run out, I see Lizzy's friend get up and walk to a group of guys near some speakers. They were in charge of the music. I see him talk to the group for a bit before making his way back to Lizzy. I also notice my brother. He was quickly making his way around the house to the other window near me. He must have been rushing because he came back short of breath. Dance, he said while trying to catch his breath. I look at him confused. The friend. He's gonna put on Lizzy's favorite song and gonna try and make her dance to it. You gotta join her. This is your shot. What? Dance? Me? Does he not realize who I am? The loser little sister who needs to stalk someone in hopes of being their friend. Now he wants me to get up in front of everyone and dance. Heck no. No way I can do that. I keep telling myself I can't do it. But then the song ends and Lizzy's song starts to play. It was a song I heard a few times on the radio, but I don't know the name. It was catchy and you could definitely dance to it. My brother pokes his head up to the window. Look, look, he was pointing out the fact Lizzy's friend was up and trying to get Lizzy to get up and dance. Lizzy was laughing and refusing to get up. Her boyfriend was also laughing and looked to be pushing her forward, also trying to get her up and dancing. She must really like this song if they think she'd do it in front of everyone. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is my shot, get Lizzy to notice me. We can bond here, dancing to this song together. I hype myself up, get every ounce of courage I have, and jump straight to the middle of the living room and start dancing my heart out. Oh God, this was so embarrassing. I was the only one on the floor. I tried not to look at anyone. Reality was coming back to me and I was realizing I must have looked so stupid. I was slowing down my dance and was 2 seconds away from running out the door, when suddenly it happened. Lizzy had joined the dance floor. She was dancing. She was dancing with me. Her friends were whooping and hollering, encouraging the two of us to continue. Soon everyone was watching us. They start cheering too. I see Lizzy's friend joined and started to dance with her, followed by her boyfriend. Soon, the entire living room was full of people dancing. We were all having a great time. We were dancing and having fun. Lizzy was laughing. I was laughing with her. And I can see my brother smiling and watching us from the window. This was it. This was the start of my friendship with Lizzy. This would surely be the start of my happy life. After the dance, the four of us sat at the couch. We were all laughing and talking about, well, to be honest, I was just so happy to be with them that I don't even know what we were talking about. We were just together. It was like this for hours until suddenly, Lizzy's boyfriend got up and motioned for us to go. So we all left, out the door together as a group. My brother didn't want to get in the way, so he hung back a little. Lizzy's boyfriend mentions how Lizzy has a game tomorrow, so that's why they had to leave. Her best friend groans and says they could have stayed for a little longer, but sucks it up. He even said he still had a good time. Lizzy agrees. She thanks him for inviting her too. He says he was happy to and says maybe next time it could just be the two of them. I didn't know what that means, but the boyfriend gives a look. Guess this was a repeat thing? Maybe he's always trying to have a girls' night with Lizzy, but her boyfriend keeps inviting himself? It doesn't matter. I don't have to know right now. I have years to know their dynamic, quirks, and inside jokes. I'm a part of the group now. We arrive at the subway station. Guess this is why they left when they did. Didn't want to miss the last train. We all sat down. It was Lizzie's boyfriend, me, and my brother came in after us and took the last seat next to me. After I sat down, Lizzy looks towards me and smiles. I smile back, and I know my brother was smiling at me too. As the train starts to move, we all sat in silence. About 10 minutes pass before Lizzie's friend says something. He looks over at her boyfriend and asks if it was okay if he can kiss Lizzy on the cheek. I thought it was weird, but the boyfriend nods. I guess it's okay. He is gay and it was only on the cheek. Still, is the boyfriend so protective of Lizzy that he feels threatened by someone who's gay? Little crazy if you ask me. Doesn't matter. He gives Lizzy a little kiss on the cheek. I giggle cause it was kind of cute. My brother chuckles too. Lizzy smiles and looks at my direction. So protective of me, she says and giggles too. This was going great. We all sat in silence again. Then at a stop, Lizzy and her boyfriend get up. Her friend waves them off. Lizzy gives him a kiss on the cheek before leaving. I'm guessing this stop is near her house. It was late, so it made sense her boyfriend would walk her the rest of the way home. A lot of weirdos in the city, especially at this hour. I wave goodbye and tell her I look forward to Monday. Now it was just me and Lizzy's friend. A girl walks into the train before leaving. Now it was just us three in the cart. Me and, I just realized I never asked for his name. I should know his name if we're gonna be friends. Though how do you do it? Do I just look at him and ask him what his name is again? That's awkward. Before I could ask, he suddenly gets up from his seat and goes over to sit near the new girl who came in. I'm guessing he wanted to ask her about her purse? Maybe her outfit or makeup. She is very pretty, so he must be asking for tips. I can see him saying something and she laughs. He keeps talking and she keeps laughing and giggling, gently pushing at him. I think to myself how Lizzy must have really turned him into a social butterfly. I smile and think we have plenty of time to connect. That's when I see them. They suddenly start making out together. He even starts rubbing her leg. What the fuck? My brother says. He was just as shocked as I was. We both look at him gobsmacked. The girl notices and says something. That's when Lizzy's friend looked over. What? Want to take a picture? It'll last longer. What the fuck? Did he really just say that? Why? Maybe he's bi? My brother looks at me and asks, does Lizzy know? That's a good question. So I repeat it to him. The girl looks over and asks who Lizzy was. And you know what he said? He said she was nobody. Nobody? Lizzy, your best friend is a nobody. That's bullshit. The girl must agree because she gets up and sits elsewhere. Lizzy's friend, who I still don't know his name and yet I already know he's bi, tries to say something to get her to come back, though she didn't look convinced. The next stop she just gets up and leaves, leaving just the two of us. That's when he looks over to me. What the fuck is your problem? My problem? He's asking me what my problem was? My brother tells me, just ignore him. I try to listen, so I turn away. Oh, now you want to mind your fucking business? Why? You seemed so curious a minute ago and now you want to pretend you don't see me? Telling her about Lizzy. Well, who the fuck are dash? He suddenly stops talking. He had this confused look on his face like he was processing something. Maybe he just realized he was being a jerk? Nah. That's a good question. Who the fuck are you and how do you know about Lizzy? What does that even mean? I was just with her. Is he crazy or something? Answer me. I saw him stand up. He digs into his pocket and pulls out a switchblade. My brother and I stand up and start stepping back. Answer me. He yells again as he slowly steps closer. My voice was shaking as I try to say something to him. Lizzy, we need to do something, my brother says. But I shake my head and tell him maybe we can still talk. He takes another few steps closer to us. What the hell are you talking about? Talk before I do something you're gonna regret. He hasn't taken the blade out. Maybe he was waiting to get close enough? Oh God, I don't want to die. I can't die. My life just started. I was supposed to be friends with Lizzy. I was on my way to be a part of something. I don't want to die. I'm so scared. Get away from my sister. My brother lunged forward. What the hell? Is all I heard Lizzy's friend say before his head suddenly snaps back. No, it didn't snap back. He was hit. He was hit by my brother. My imaginary brother had just punched someone. But that's impossible. You son of a bitch. I'll kill you. As he tries to stand up, I see my brother pounce on top of him. They were wrestling on the ground for the knife. I was so scared that all I could do is scream. Then I heard a flipping sound. The blade was out. I was about to warn my brother, but he must have heard it too. He flips it away. That should have been the end of it. But then he wraps his hands around Lizzy's friend's neck. My brother was big. He was in his late 20s and this was just a high school kid. So it was easy. He had his hands wrapped around that neck. I was screaming for them to stop, but it was like no one could hear me. I watched as the life slowly left those eyes. At first there was a struggle like the fight was still happening. Then just a focus on getting the hands off. Finally, limp. Even after he was gone, my brother kept squeezing for what felt like eternity. When he finally let go, he saw what he did. Reality came back. He looked at his hands and then to me. He was so confused. I was more confused. My imaginary brother wasn't imaginary anymore. It's been a little over a week since that day. I had so many questions. If my imaginary brother was now real, how? Is this magic? An unexplored field of science? A fairy tale? I tried talking to my brother, but he refused to speak. He didn't even look at me. The news was the first to pick up the story. A teenager was murdered one Friday night. Police say they don't have a lead. Can they ever get one? Do imaginary people have fingerprints? Obviously, I haven't gone to school. What would I do? Hey everyone, my name is Lizzy. This is my imaginary brother who just came to life and the first thing he did was kill someone. Did he kill someone? No, he did, but that was self-defense. My life was in danger and he saved me. That wasn't a crime. Even if that's true, I'm sure they'd take him away from me. Scientists would dissect him to figure out how he lives. They can't take him away from me. He's all I have. I need him. He protects me. Now he needs me to protect him this time. I go to the kitchen to make some soup. He hasn't eaten much. He needs something. I was gonna make him some soup while he watches TV in the living room. That's when the news comes back on. They were reporting that the family of Luis would be holding a funeral for him later today. So that was his name. Luis, a funeral for him. All his family and friends would be there. No, I heard my brother say as he sat on the couch. I was about to tell him I didn't say anything, but he cut me off again. I know you, Lizzy. You want to go to see Lizzy. Well, you can't. Where you go, I go, and right now everyone is looking for me. I guess being imaginary once means you're still connected to one's head. Quace, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing. Maybe Lizzy could help? I mean, we are still friends. Maybe she can convince people my brother isn't so bad once she knows he was just trying to protect me. That's such a stupid idea, he says, but what else can we do? Hide out here until we run out of food and die. We have to do something. I hear him sign and I know he agrees. So just like that, it's decided. We're going to the funeral. Lucky for us, the news told the time and location of the wake. That might be the best time to go. A moment to talk. Plus, wearing all black would help my brother not stick out. We arrived at the location, but something was odd. We entered the room and no one was there. All there was is a closed casket and a single person sitting in the front. I knew who it was by her brown hair. Lizzy. We start walking towards her. My brother takes a seat midway. He was still uneasy about being here. It was fine. I'm sure I could talk some sense into Lizzy. I took a seat and started spewing my guts out. I told her how we saw Luis make out with some girl. How he threatened me with a switchblade and how my brother was just trying to protect me. I told her everything and she didn't seem to care. She was tense. Her body was as stiff as a board. Then slowly, she turns her head to look at my brother. She was white with fear. I begged her to listen. My brother wasn't bad. He was trying to protect me. He was good. She just needs to listen to me. Listen to me. Lizzy, please look at me. I'm begging you. Answer her. I turned to look at my brother, who had just yelled at Lizzy. No, don't yell. Yelling is just gonna make things worse. I was about to apologize for him when Lizzy stood up. The yell must have frightened her. I asked her to sit down and listen, but her eyes were fixed on my brother. Sit, he yells out again. Lizzy instantly sat. She was shaking in her seat. God damn it. She isn't gonna listen. I told you this was a bad idea, he stands up. He was gonna grab me and force me out, but as soon as he started making his way to us, Lizzy lets out a terrifying scream. Will! She screams out. Before I could ask who Will was, her boyfriend busts through a door near the front. He sprints straight to my brother and yells out, "Stay away from my sister. Sister." Will slams himself at my brother and starts throwing firsts. I try to tell him to stop while my brother was trying to six him away. Then, from the same door that Will came out of, 6 police officers rushed out. They grab at Will and my brother, pulling them apart. It all happened so fast. The police had my brother in cuffs. He was yelling to let him go. I was trying to tell them to stop. Lizzy was crying into Will's shoulder. Before I knew it, they were stuffing my brother into the back of a police car. I get in the front to go with him. I wasn't gonna leave my brother. We need each other. We were in a police interrogation room. They had left us in here for I don't know how long. They say a detective would be here soon, but that felt like over an hour ago. I was so scared. I wanted to leave. It's okay, Lizzy. We're gonna be okay. My brother would say over and over to try and comfort me. Finally, someone enters the room. It looked like a detective. He had a folder in his hands that he placed down on the table. Hello, my name is Detective Copeland. I'm here to ask you a few questions, and I'm sure you know what about. Last Friday night, a young man was killed in the subway. Killed by you. Tell me your side of the story. I instantly stand up and tell him everything. My life was in danger and my brother saved me. We can stay here all night. Please, I'm on your side. Talk to me. What the hell? Am I actually invisible to them? What? Does it have to come from his mouth before they can believe what I was saying? Well, fine. I turn to my brother and demand he defend himself. I didn't want any trouble. My heart was breaking. He sounded close to tears. The detective must know, too, because he reached out to rub my brother's hand. I know you didn't. There's a camera in the train. We saw it. Keep going. They have footage? Then why the hell is my brother in trouble? They should be letting us go. He took out a knife. The detective opens the folder and takes out a picture. On the left side was the exact switchblade Luis had, but on the right was the blade open. Only it wasn't a blade. It was a comb. A prop. He was taking part of a school play, Grease. It looks like the real thing. Listen, Tommy. That's not my name, my brother snapped. It had so much vile in his tone. He was right, though. Despite being imaginary for so long, I never gave him a name. He was just brother or big brother. That was all. Okay. Whatever your name is, I'm not here to get you in trouble. It was self-defense, yeah, self-defense. Like I said already, we're here because we're worried about your obsession with Luis' girlfriend. You know her. Lizzy, girlfriend. Girlfriend, we both say at once. Then we start talking at once. Not talking over each other. No, we somehow were speaking the same words at the same time. What do you mean, girlfriend? Luis is gay. Will and Lizzy are the ones dating. The detective seemed confused now. Tom, whatever your name is, Will and Lizzy are siblings. Same brown hair, same last name. She was dating Luis who, after speaking with a few of his classmates, wasn't gay. They say he joined the drama club because most of the members were female. I was dumbfounded. This can't be. Now I'm very confused. On the camera, we heard the audio and you spoke as if you knew Lizzy. We had an ongoing theory that you were stalking her. That's why we reported the funeral on the news and had her sitting alone. We were hoping to draw you out. Yet speaking with you today, it seems you don't know this young girl at all. So I must ask, who is Lizzy? I'm Lizzy. Me. She's my sister. The detective narrows his eyes. Sister? Tommy, you don't have a sister. You don't even have a family anymore. When we were doing our investigation, we found you were born to a single mother who passed away a few months ago. There are no records of you having a sister. Yes, I do. Well, where is she? Here. I'm right here. Right there. Tommy, are you playing with me? There's no one dash. I have a sister and she's right there. Look, Tommy, I need you to calm down. I'm on your side here. Then look, god damn it, what's wrong with you? My sister is real. I'm the one imaginary. She's right there. Look, damn you. Tommy, please. Stop, yell Dash. That's not my name. My brother suddenly springs forward. They didn't cuff him because they didn't think he was a threat to anymore. Though this detective wasn't a high school boy. In an instant, the detective had my brother on the ground. Soon a group of other police came in too. They cuffed him and start dragging him away to the holding cells. She's real. My sister is real. I did it to protect her. Lizzy. Lizzy. Help me. Lizzy. A doctor walks into my brother's room. He was smiling and carrying a plate. My brother's breakfast, more than likely. That is correct, Tommy. It's good to see you again. You know, it's nice having you narrate everything. Makes me feel like I'm in a story. The doctor chuckles. He finds pleasure in seeing my brother suffer. The sick, twisted man. Now, Tommy, you know I don't find pleasure in your suffering. I'm simply trying to lighten the mood. Come now. We've known each other for 7 months now. Surely we can be friends by now. She laughs. Friends? With him? That must be a sick joke. My brother would never be friends with him. All he needs is me. Besides, what would Lizzy think? Some 80-year-old man as a friend. 80? Oh, Tommy, now you're trying to be hurtful. I'm only 41 inch. Why do you keep ignoring me? Stop ignoring me. Tommy, we talked about this. Yeah, we did. He thinks I'm not real. He keeps saying I'm only imaginary. Can you believe that? Me imaginary and him real. It must be a cruel joke. The doctor sighs and shakes his head. I won't give up on you, Tommy. You're not alone anymore. Enjoy your breakfast. I'll see you later for our lunch meeting with everyone else. He leaves. Good. I'm alone again. Alone with my brother. That's all we need. We'll get out and make lots of friends. We won't be alone. We'll be popular and loved. The main characters in our own story, Lizzy and her imaginary brother.